Alright, 50 response to the conference reports guy. Yeah, so I guess we agree on everything now. No, I mean, yeah, I'd just go rephrase it also, just recontextualize it. So yeah, we have this consciousness thing, and maybe we both agree it's just an illusion. I mean, our perception of it, it is just an illusion. It's just a manufactured thing of our brain. But like Einstein might say, it's one hell of an illusion. So it doesn't really matter that it's just something our brain creates as something we think. Therefore it is. No, just because we think it is doesn't mean it is. And so consciousness itself, it has no substance, but it's the most substantive, non-substantive thing in the universe. Kind of strange, whatever. Dichotomy? Okay, I'll use that word. Anyway, so I'm still saying suffering matters. I'm just saying it's all just something that's manufactured as an illusion inside of a consciousness. And the consciousness itself is an illusion. We're not really conscious. We just have this illusion of it. Anyway, moving on. DNA. Okay, and the evolution thing again. Again, let's remember that this, of course, the DNA. We're the organism, and we have an organism DNA. The blueprint is to build one of us, the whole colony, the whole machine, and it's really good at doing that. It's been building machines a long time, and but also remember too that all the changes that take place are just a function of errors. There has to be an error first, so we don't copy ourselves properly, and there we have evolution through that process, through not making exact copies. Let's put it that way. I mean, errors is subtle. It gets a little tricky just because of sexual reproduction, the fact that you're mixing DNA, but still requires, most of the evolution is still going to come through some sort of mistake being made in the new construction. The new construction is somehow not in what the old constructions were. Put it that way. Alright, tools. Yeah, well, see, DNA creates the tools, and we can use them all kinds of different ways. It could give us a hammerhead, and we could go hammer nails with our hammerhead, or we could go break windows with our hammerhead, or there could be lots of ways to use a hammerhead. So, hammerhead sharks have hammerheads, and they don't hammer anything with them. So, but obviously, it wouldn't work because their eyes are on the hammerhead. Be no point in hammering things with your eyes. Eek. But anyway, so where do we go with this? Yeah, so it's obviously there's we hit the wall of the evolution in the sense that our brain is capable. It's a functional tool, and now what has to evolve is the intelligent memes, the ideas, the knowledge base is now evolving. So this is another theme I'm always preaching on, is that it's a completely different evolution. It's a new evolution. It's by different rules. Over time, our brain is built to do reasoning. It's built to be rational. It's built to glean the truth. It's built to solve puzzles and to solve them accurately. It's not built to solve them inaccurately. So over time, our knowledge base is going to be gleaned by that mind, that brain that has a prejudice towards reality. And so over time, we will become realists, and our knowledge base will become more and more accurate as we glean out the crap, the delusions, the false notions. And unfortunately, though, now we're stuck, because if we look at the puzzle of our own existence, if we intellectually look at the puzzle, the maze, we're stuck, because you're going to try to say that somehow the maze is doing something. It's a car. The maze is going to get up and zoom somewhere. It's going to turn into an airplane transformer. The maze is going to turn into a transformer and fly through the universe and go cock-a-doodle-doo. And no, it's not going to do that. The maze is just sitting there. The only game in town is what the innards are doing, the guts. The guts are the only thing playing the maze, the little pieces. They're the only thing with any incentives, with any built-in structure. So it's not applicable to a car. It's the function. There's no DNA for the maze. There's no instrumentation that requires the maze itself to function in any way whatsoever. So it won't. The entire thing is a byproduct, not of some force building the maze, but of that consuming and reproducing cell. That's the origin of the maze. Consumption and reproduction built the maze, and so there's nothing to make the maze do anything. Its only intent is to consume and reproduce the little creatures inside the maze. So it's not fair to say you can't dissect the maze and say, or deconstruct and see that the parts are more important than the maze. The maze is not going anywhere. The maze is not thinking. The maze is not a brain. The maze is not a thing. It's not an organ like a liver to some greater beastie. It's just not. There's no evidence of that. It's not doing anything. It's not functional. It's only the parts that have any meaning. And that's our dilemma, because we're now smart enough to look at the maze and say, oh, pretty damn dumb. Pretty inefficient engine. You put in about 7 zillion gallons of gasoline and it produces 2 gallons of gasoline. So somehow it just burns everything up in friction and bullshit and crap. And so whatever value you put into it, it'll give you just a little bit of value back, and the rest of it's just going to burn up in blood and guts and pain and misery and suffering, and you'll have this little bit of moments, these little perfect moments for this huge volume of value put into the maze in terms of the rats. And if it really were an alien species, if it was rats, if it was some other creature, and you were the god looking over the maze and saying, well, what are these human beings doing? What's going on this planet Earth? What are they accomplishing? Let's see, most of them are really living in shit and miserable lives, tons of work, broken backs, cut off fingers, horrible thing, dying, coal mine, this, that, cancer, horror, misery, suffering. Yes, they're butt fucking each other a little, having some fun, but otherwise, what's going on here? If it was your game, if you were responsible for it, and you didn't have any personal attachment, none of the little mices look like you, or none of them were cute, by your definition of cute, you wouldn't, I don't think you'd have much of a problem saying, let's close that experiment down. That's one motherfucking sick fucking experiment. That's electrodes in a chimpanzee's brain or something. That's just, don't even do it. No point. So that's my argument, is that the greatest delusion of all the delusions in this whole mush is the delusion that we have something to accomplish in the universe. There's nothing to do but scratch our itches. Right? That's it. And so you sort of conceded that point in the thing that, is Shakespeare worth 4 billion years of carnage? Nah, no, it's, because the value of Shakespeare itself is another one of our illusions. It's another one of these little projections of value. The value isn't in the thing, it's in our capacity to be pleased by it. And that capacity is completely arbitrary, erroneous. 99% of it is complete subjective bullshit. It has not even rational intellectual integrity. So, I guess that's enough, right? Yeah. So, I didn't have to use all the 11 minutes. So we'll see where it goes from there. And thanks, good conversation.